account setup. Account setup in the trial version of Okta. Firstly, you'll getting the overview will be a good thing for you, like the basics of identity and access management, and then different IAM tools in the market. Okta is also one of them. After that, we'll look at the features. Okay, features which are supported by Okta. Then I will help you to set up your account in Okta. Okay, and then there will be different topics in it. Like firstly, we will deal with the user lifecycle management. User lifecycle management, group related stuff. Okay, things like actually in Okta we have three kinds of users. First one will be Okta mastered accounts. Like Okta is the source of truth there. Like all the user identities, they will be flowing from Okta to AD and to the other applications. But in some scenarios, AD will be the master there. Okay, like from Workday. Workday is the HRMS. Okay, from Workday, all the user feed will be going into the this AD, and from AD it will come to Okta. It depends upon how it is like in your current setup. So generally, Okta is the centralized where we are managing the identity of all the users and also the applications which the users are going to access. Okay, those applications we are going to integrate in our trial version also. Okay, and depending upon some automation rules, the users will be automatically provisioned to the given application. We can also do it through manual after clicking the button. Okay. After that, the main stuff is here, like the application integration part. In the application integration, we have different protocols. What it is called SSO protocol. SSO means SSO is a feature of Okta. It means by logging to Okta, you can access n number of applications, multiple applications, just by a single click. You won't need to remember the username and password for each and every application which any employee in the organization are going to use. Like currently in the organization in which I'm working, like I've been working in this Okta tool for, it has been 5 years. And till now I've worked in 3 different companies. Okay, so what we are doing here, we have a lot of different applications, more than 200 applications. They have been integrated through different SSO protocols. So we need to understand each and every protocol in a very defined manner. So what I will provide you, firstly, I will teach you those protocols. Like this is secure web authentication. Then SAML, security assertion markup language. This is from 2005. It's in market, and it is the widely used this SSO protocol. And this swap protocol, this is only for Okta related applications which doesn't support other protocols like SAML or OAuth. Okay. For this, we have dependency on a browser plugin, but for SAML, we have IDP and SP. IDP means Okta, and SP means any application which has been integrated to Okta, and the user is supposed to log into that application. Okay. So what I have been using, most of the works in my 5 years of career, we have worked on SAML and OIDC. Okay, even I have given training to some of the freshers and 3-4 years of experienced person as well. And one of my student was 7 years of experience. Currently, he is working in Veritas, that is a product company in Pune. So most of the concepts and the important concept of Okta is related to this application integration only. Okay. So there are some protocols which I'm going to teach you, and it will also include their theory, or I can say concepts, then lab, then seeing the common issues. Like there are some issues which will happen while integrating the application. We are going to interact with the application team. We will be scheduling call with them, asking for their requirement. Okay, and then we will ask them whether their application is JavaScript application, Android application, web application. So depending upon their type of application, we are going to implement any of the SSO protocols. And even during authentication, like Okta will be responsible for authentication of any user who is going to log into the applications. Okay, so there will be some certain attributes which will be needed to be passed from Okta end to the application side, so that depending upon the privilege, whatever privilege the user is having, they will be able to see different types of options available in that application. So I'm going to teach you all those concepts. Okay, and also I'll show you the demo as well. And then we can related to different IPs from which any user is logged into Okta, we can whitelist or blacklist their IP. Okay, so I'm going to include this portion as well, whitelisting or blacklisting of IPs. So this is required because suppose if any suspicious activity is being reported from one of the IPs, so we are going to Okta and we need to blacklist it so that it will reduce the threat. Only the valid users will be able to log into Okta, or they will be able to access the applications which has been integrated to Okta. Okay, like Okta will be taking care the authentication and authorization of each and every user who are there in that system. System means they can be either contractor or permanent employees of any particular organization. Like in my current organization, we have around 10,000 users. Earlier, I was working in Deloitte. So there we had more than 1.3 lakh user. And for every user access related stuff, we were taking care. Like identity and access management is mainly, okay, let me write it, identity management, identity and access management. So it is a combination of identity management, okay, management plus access management. So identity, under the identity management, users, different users, groups, or service account. There will be some accounts for the printers or the devices or the displays which will be there in that organization. We are managing the identity of those resources also in Okta. Okay, so under the identity management, users, groups, and different kind of service accounts will come. And under the access management, application related stuff, like the application which the end user is going to access. Also the different types of admins, etc. It will come under the access management. So Okta is a centralized system which is providing both. Earlier in the legacy system, there were different tools for managing identity, and some of the tools were good in managing identity, some were handling access, but Okta is quite famous nowadays because it is managing both. It starts from handling the users to groups, service account, types of admins, like the all of whatever admins are there. Like we have different kind of admins in Okta. We are the super admins here. Anywhere, you will be the super admin. even if you will be preparing this trial version, you will be creating this your Okta setup, and it will be valid for 30 days. Okay, so you will be the super admin of this trial Okta. Also, we have read only admin, we have help desk admin, we have group membership admin. So generally the L1 team in any organization who is troubleshooting the user issue, they will be having this kind of permission: read only permission, help desk permission, and group membership admin permission. I can also say that they have different kind of privileges, but we are the super admins. We manage end to end each and everything related to provisioning, related to lifecycle management, related to the networks and all. And also we can prepare the reports, we can manage some automations if we are having super admin, because super admin will be having each and every access, and there will be limited access for this kind of admin. Apart from that, there are some Okta related reports which is required for purpose of auditing. So I will also teach you the reports, how to work on certain kind of reports. It includes the built-in reports provided by Okta, as well as customized report that will be based upon regular expression queries. Okay, apart from that, I'm going to cover the concept of Postman basics also. Have you worked on Postman till now?
No, but I have heard of it as a protocol.
Okay. So this is the API testing tool. So I'm going to import the collections available at the Okta end, and I will link your Okta through the API token to the Postman, so that you can just you can manage your API related manipulations, basic stuff like creation of user, clearing the session, those kind of stuff through Postman just by running the query. Everything will be there. We just need to manipulate the queries. Okay. With Okta. Apart from that, suppose if in your organization, for any new joinee, all the data are being fed from HR, and it is going to Workday. So this Workday will be the HRMS portal, Human Resource Management System. Okay. So what is happening? This is the upstream, like the source of truth, what we can say. Source of truth. So the data is being fed into Workday or any of the HR management system by the different types of HRs, and it will be flowing to Okta. So how can we control the attributes, and how can we schedule the import? So the attribute mapping kind of thing. Also the profile mastering, how we are going to manage the profiles coming from different kind of applications through provisioning. Also, if any import, we can schedule it. So I'm going to cover this topic as well. And apart from that, in the user lifecycle management, suppose you told that your need is there for support. So it will be helpful. And I'm going to take 2-3 classes for user lifecycle management, because even in my initial phase of my career, I was working for around 1.5 years on only these two things. Okay, because this is very vast. Suppose if in your organization 20,000 users are there, so daily we are going to get some issues, like there will be certain users who will be not able to access Okta. Sometimes they won't be able to access any application. Sometimes even after putting their right credential, it will be shown as unable to sign in. So how we can deal with those type of scenarios? So generally it will be real case scenarios. Real case scenarios, and it will be covered like debugging of user issues. Also, suppose any user has requested for any application to be assigned to them in Okta, we can also do it, user application assignment. Apart from that, suppose if any user has configured the multi-factor authentication, again, the multi-factor will be a separate topic, and it will take 1 day, like 1 or 2 hours to complete this topic, because Okta is related to the security of any organization. Okay, it comes under cybersecurity. So even if any user's password and username has been taken by any other person, they won't be able to log into their Okta, because multi-factor is going to be enabled for all of the organization users. Okay, so we are going to configure the policies, also the rules which are going to be implemented for all users, for all employees or contractors or partners or vendors, any kind of user is there, all and each and every user should go from MFA. Also the password policy kind of stuff, like whenever you are logging to any of the system, any of the application, it will ask you to set up the password at the initial time while signing up. So this password policy related stuff are also being taken care in the Okta itself. Okay, like what should be the length of the password? It should be capital letters or small caps, or any special characters would be there or not. Even after how many days the password would be expired, this should also be controlled in Okta. Also, what should be the length of the password, and either it should contain your username or not. Those kind of scenarios we can configure in the password policies. So it's going to take around 30 minutes for you to configure it in the starting. Okay, apart from that, most of the applications nowadays are JavaScript applications, okay, or Angular applications. So those applications will be using access tokens. Okay, so I'm going to cover the concept of access token as well, and how can we decode it and get the user attributes so that it will be helpful while troubleshooting any application related issues. Okay, application users sometimes refresh token as well. So access token, refresh token, and there are certain kind of OIDC grant types. Okay, those topics I will also cover, because each and every term which I've used here, everything is being controlled in Okta. Okay, apart from that, we have a thing called as org-to-org integration. So this is quite interesting topic. It means we can link one Okta to another Okta, and even if any user, suppose your account is there at this Okta end, but your account doesn't exist at this Okta, and this Okta can be related to different organizations. Suppose this is Okta for IBM, this is Okta for Infosys. Still, users who are in IBM, they can access the applications at Infosys side. Even the only condition is that the org-to-org integration should be enabled for both organizations. So I'm going to cover this topic as well. And apart from that, let me think. Yeah, system log related stuff will also be there. Okay, So this will be pretty all which will be covered by me. And system logs and user logs. Also, yeah, this will be pretty all to give an overview. This topic will be very vast, like it will take 3-4 classes, this application integration. Until now, like I have appeared for more than 30 companies interviewed. So because of this topic only, I was able to crack more than half of them. Okay, because in every organization there will be certain applications. Some applications will be custom applications, means the internal applications. Some application will be vendor supported applications. So Okta has more than 7,300 applications already integrated at its end, but we need to add it to our Okta for the applications which our users are going to use. Okay, so this topic is very vast. So our main focus will be on this application integration part and this user lifecycle management part, because rest of the topics are also important, like MFA, password policies, access tokens, and fetching of the report. Those things are important, but this first and third is going to take a lot of time for us. Okay, firstly 2 classes will be like the basics related to users, groups, features of Okta, how we can set up the account in Okta. There are different kinds of account, but for every trial version of Okta, we have validity of 30 days. So what will happen to our trial account? We can again create with the same email address, but whatever configuration you have done in your Okta, it will be gone. So you need to do it again. I'm talking about the free version, trial version, but generally whatever version the companies are using, that will be enterprise version, and it will be validity of 2-3 years, and the contract will be renewed every year. Okay, so that is like there is no restriction on the validity part of thing there in the organization, but in the trial version on which we are going to learn, we need to make sure that everything will be completed in 30 days. Yeah. So that we will be familiar with each and every topic.